Is entrepreneurship right for you? That's the real question at the end of the day. Because so many people are under the impression that they should be an entrepreneur, myself included. I think everybody should be an entrepreneur. But I also know that everybody isn't built to be an entrepreneur. No. So in this video, I'm going to help you with that decision. First and foremost, if you got to ask yourself, should you be an entrepreneur? The answer is probably no. I never had to ask myself, should I be an entrepreneur? I knew I needed to be an entrepreneur this whole time. But in the beginning, I was very afraid. And my point is, sometimes if you have to ask yourself, should you do a thing, you probably shouldn't do the thing because you're not even convinced whether or not you should do it. And me, oh me, I was convinced that I should do it. And if you find yourself working on a clock every single day, thinking about your side hustle all the time, thinking about this business idea that you've been pondering over for a while now, that might be a sign that you should be an entrepreneur. Because that thought is literally nagging you over and over again. And for people that are really entrepreneurs, that thought doesn't go away. Can you deal without having a guaranteed paycheck? Ooh, hello. Can you really deal not knowing if you're going to get a paycheck today? Because many times entrepreneurship, especially in the beginning, is no guarantee, buddy roll. There's no guarantee. This is where the wantrepreneurs come into place. They want to be entrepreneurs, but they want a guaranteed paycheck at the same time. And this might twist your nipples really hard, but sometimes depending on the business model that you have, you might have to pay employees and overhead costs before you even get paid as an individual. Ooh, you ain't ready for that. Are you ready for the long hours in the beginning? Are you ready for consistent learning? Are you willing to put up with the doubt that comes from family and friends who think you're wasting your time? Or are you willing to go against the stream of normality? And if so, entrepreneurship might be for you. You see, often what comes with a guaranteed paycheck a lot of times is security, and a lot of people want to feel secure. From my personal experience, entrepreneurship is the opposite of security, especially in the beginning. Holy cow, are you really ready for that? You sure about that? I've seen so many people try to start a business, and when that business fails, the first thing they do, I'm going back to get my job. The business shuts down, I'm going back to get my job. And hey, I get it. You need to raise capital from somewhere, and sometimes you have to keep your job while you do your side hustle because your job is capital for the side hustle. But I'm an old school entrepreneur. I see a cliff and I say, let's jump off of that cliff right now. No parachute. Here, bet the whole house on it. When I started being an entrepreneur, I said, what the fuck is a savings account? Bet the whole house on it. Thank goodness I was born in the 80s. Born in the 80s means I was born with a pair. Speaking of a pair, you gotta have a pair in order to be a real entrepreneur. And if you gotta question what is a pair, you don't have any. That's another subject though. A lot of people think about the upside of entrepreneurship, the ability to earn unlimited amounts of money, the dream of having time freedom, the big houses, the nice watches, the expensive clothes, the diamonds, the mega office. But what you don't see is the emotional roller coaster that it took to get here. Oh my God. Crazy. When you really understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur, you have so much respect for other business owners that you come across in life. It's gotta be in your blood. Gotta be in your DNA. I'd rather die than to work for another person. That's how much I believe in entrepreneurship. And if you got a problem with capitalism, you're not an entrepreneur. You're a commie. And if that's you, that's okay. But a real entrepreneur has scars from all the emotional battles that they have fought. They are mentally tough because it takes a tremendous amount of strength to wake up every single day and believe you can actually do it. It takes a tremendous amount of strength to ignore that voice in your mind that's telling you that you can't do it. So are you meant to be an entrepreneur? Are you willing to give up sleep a lot of times? Yeah, I don't think you are. You ain't ready to give up no sleep. You ain't ready to give up no video games. You don't want to stop clubbing. You don't want to stop gossiping. I saw a video on Instagram and TikTok a few days ago where this guy was making fun of entrepreneurs, talking about how entrepreneurs are always like, oh, if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you got to be willing to work and do all this and give up sleep and lose your life. And so many bots were in the comment section applauding this crazy content. And I started clapping for him. I said, you go ahead and work for people like me. I need people like you to work for me. Hey, because everybody got to play their part. So are you meant to be an entrepreneur? I don't know. That's a question that only you can answer. Because if I tell you to be an entrepreneur and it doesn't work for you, you're going to blame me. And I've had so many people come to me talking about, Robbie, can you please coach me? Can you help me start an online business? 5 months in, I found out the certified sapsuckers don't even have what it takes. Because over the years, they've got accustomed to a guaranteed paycheck.